Okay, welcome back to my channel. This is part one of a new series. This is what if Deku was blind in the earthbender. Something like Toph. So, Deku was born naturally blind with eyes that are glistened over. But his hearing is way better than normal people's. So is his smell, and so is his feeling. So, Deku is basically one day Inko is driving with Deku, and her car crashes. Their car crashes, and Deku is basically lost, and Inko is basically goes into a short little coma. Now, the police come. They see Inko's basically knocked out body. They take her to the hospital, and she's in a coma for a pretty long while. Now, Deku was only 4 at this age. It just was his birthday, and they just got back from basically where they were, celebrating Deku's birthday. So, Deku is in the woods by himself. He's basically scared because he cannot hear his mother, he can't feel his mother. This one, he basically hears something, and these are the 2 giant mole rats. Well, not mole rats. Well, mole things that taught Toph how to earthbend, which Deku just followed them like Toph did. Which he learns the seismic sense. He also learns how to earthbend, basically. He becomes pretty proficient at it. Now, Deku spends most of his life in the woods. Now, Inko wakes up 1 year later. She's wondering what happened. Where is she? They explain that she is in, basically a hospital. She asks what happened. They say that she had a crash. And she, her memories start to come back. She says, "Where's my son? Where's my baby?" As they say, "What baby? There is no one there with you." She is getting a little frightened, wondering that her son is dead or something like that. But she will not give up hope. She knows that her son is alive. She just feels it. His son is alive out there somewhere. She just has to find him. So Inko is pronounced to be awake, in which Mitsuki comes there and says, Inko, basically he cries and hugs Inko and talks with her. Inko asks what happens with Izuku. Mitsuki says she don't know. Now, what is Izuku? Well, Inko, this was when there was this is when Izuku was 10. So Inko takes 4 years to recover and stuff like that. She's waiting for Izuku. Now, with Izuku, he's now 14. Some people were out in the mountain, basically just wandering around. Then they came across this place. It's just like a huge cave. Now, people have told them not to go there. Told multiple people not to go there. Basically, because every time a whole bunch of group of people, like villains and stuff like that, went there, a lot of things, people that just had ill intent, they go there, they get knocked out. So they say not to go there, but they did not listen because they're teens, rebellious. So they go there, they walk inside this cave, they're using their basically phone flashlights. As they come across this kid, what they see, this kid that just has shorts on. Shorts, no shirt, and basically no shoes. As he's just staring off, as he says, "Why are you two here? Hasn't someone told you not to come here? You were not allowed." As I say, just a kid. We're basically adults, as they say. Respect who you're talking to, and we could be here if we want to. As Deku gets up and says, You're not allowed. So basically, he just pushes him out with his earthbender. He lands on stone wall into the man's stomach and the stone wall into the woman's stomach, pushing them both out. This when they get tired of basically everyone come down the mountain basically hurt. So they send heroes. They tell them that the person who did this is pretty strong, very strong. So you're gonna need a whole bunch of people to basically take them out. So they sent the top heroes from All Might all the way down to the number 10. So they all go inside, wondering what is this problem that everyone keeps speaking of. And then they get to this, basically, they see this dude, this kid, with shorts on, no shirt, no shoes. As he's just sitting on chair made out of wood. As he just sighs this. Why do people keep coming here even though I tell them time and time again not to come? As David says, hey brat, what are you doing here? Why aren't you with your mother? As Deku says, As Deku basically buries Endeavor into the ground with only his head exposed, and he puts some earth basically around his mouth so he can't speak. As they say, basically attacking Bro Hero that's prohibited. And also, who should I put there? Forgot his name. Mr. Aizawa. Yeah, Mr. Aizawa was also there. As Deku then stands up and says, since you all are intruding upon my home, I shall send you all down the mountain. Well, with a couple of broken bones, if I try to hold back, I promise you, I will try not to break your bones. Now, you know how Toph is smart. Well, not smart, I'm not gonna say that. Well, brutal, I'm gonna say that. As Deku then proceeds to brutally beat down every single last person, including All Might. He couldn't even stand a chance, cause Deku's way stronger than what he looks like. His muscles are compact. If Deku's muscles wasn't compact, he would look way too muscular for what a kid should look like. You know how Hawk looks? That's what Deku would look if his muscles weren't compact. But it's just something unnatural. His muscles compact that though small. So if Deku wanted, he could lift a mountain. That's how much strength he has. Now, you know how in the original Toph learned metal bending? No, she created it. Deku knows metal bending. He also knows lava bending. And he can control mud and also dirty water. Basically, like water that has basically dirt in it. He can control that. He can also control salt. And he can also control your bones. The reason I'm saying that is because your bones, I'm gonna say it like this. Your bones, well, my people in My Hero Academia, the bones has minerals in it. So he can control that. It's like their own form of basically blood bending. So All Might gets defeated by Deku. He said that this kid is so strong, as they didn't, basically try to compromise with Deku. Now, the thing that Deku loves the most is food. He loves food, and he loves one more thing. What might that be, you ask? Well, I'm going to put it to you simply like this. Deku would just love him some alcohol. Yeah. He loves him some of that good old alcohol. There's one more thing that Deku loves. Yeah. That's his girlfriend. Yeah. Deku loves his girlfriend really, really much. If you wonder who she is, well then wait, I ain't gonna tell you. I'm just kidding, I'm gonna tell you. Her name is Toph. Yes, I'm bringing Toph into the story. Deku and Toph pretty much met each other. And Toph is the same age as Deku. They basically met when, Deku's parents basically the badger moles, whatever, the giant earthbending moles, met Toph's giant earthbending moles, which they met each other basically, and they kicked it off really good. So now they're dating each other and stuff like that. And they already pushed the relationship way to its limits. No, they don't have any children, but they have done it. Deku's not a virgin. Speaking of not a virgin, I need to bring back the Huey Deku What If, because I love that series so much. What's good, nigga? What's really good? If you black, you gotta have watched the Boondocks. If you have not watched it, you have not lived. Maybe I should go in the living room, put on the Boondocks on TV, and just watch it. My sister is asleep though. I need to get Hulu on my phone. So Deku pretty much does this, and he basically, says, "I'll go with you and stop hurting these people for just, one thing." I have to say what it is. Deku says some alcohol. They say he's too young to drink. Then Deku says, "Well, then I'm not going. Goodbye." As they say, fine, we'll give you alcohol. As Deku says, good. As Deku calls out Toph, as Toph comes around, they see a little girl, basically Deku's age, Deku's height, with Toph being the same strength as Deku, I'm gonna say. She can also metal bend and lava bend like Deku can, and do every single last thing Deku can. As also basically they see her, Deku and her eyes are pretty much the same, with Deku's eyes being darker, darker green, with a glaze over them, and Toph's eyes being lighter green with a glaze over them. But they see that they don't look alike at all. Basically, they're different, so they can see that they're not siblings. But they see that she's dressed in like a dress, and basically no shoes on. They ask them why they have shoes on. When they don't have shoes on, they both just say plainly they can't see. Basically, they're blind. Then they say, "But you're basically noticing us, looking at us, and stuff like that." Deku says, "Yeah, we can't see, but we have something that we call seismic sense, in which we keep our shoes off. Basically, we don't wear any shoes or anything like that, so we can basically see the outside world. But we see them through vibrations in the ground." Now, Deku is never going to wear shoes in this What If. Now, y'all might be wondering, what about a rusty nail if he step on that? Glass, anything like that? Well, that's not even going to be able to penetrate his skin, because his feet is so hard. So it's Toph's. So they say, no, Deku tells Toph that we're going down a mountain, basically, because they promised alcohol. Toph says, "I just want meat," basically. And says, "Okay, let's go." So they bring them down the mountain. They get them something to eat. Deku demands alcohol, but they say he's basically too young. But Deku basically manages to steal some alcohol, and he drinks it. Now Deku has a pretty huge resistance to alcohol. That's why he loves it, because he cannot get drunk at all. Deku can't get drunk. Neither can Toph. The reason that is because basically the place they live, they have to eat berries. Once these berries are used to make, pretty, basically, some wine that is very, very, basically, filled with alcohol, and one sip from just one person that has a resistant quirk to, like, alcohol or something, and they get drunk. Since Deku and Toph been eating them most of their lives, they don't get drunk from these. Basically, they have a huge resistance to alcohol. They can't get drunk, but they like the taste. So after this, they do blood tests on both of the kids to see if they're kin to. Toph doesn't have parents, basically says that her parents are dead. Izuku Midoriya says that his mother is looking for him, he's lost. So they see that, so they bring Deku back to Inko. And Deku says, where are we going? As they say, you're going to see a mother. As since Deku was, very young, he says, mother? I don't remember having a mother. Only mother I remember is basically, he said, the badger moles and stuff like that. I say, wait, what? You were raised by badger moles? I says, yeah. Well, they've left now. They just kept going. We just stayed in that mountain because it was fun. They say, okay, we're going to bring you to your mother. They'll bring Toph too. They asked them, what is your relationship with her anyway? Deku says, she's my girlfriend. As they say, okay. And they just bring Deku and Toph to, Deku's house. Inko's so happy to see Deku again. She's just hugging him and hugging him. Deku says, this woman is strange. So you're supposed to be my mother. Deku says, You smell, you smell sweet. Basically. That's what he just said. He says she smells sweet. Inko is eating candy, that's why. Inko basically says, she's just hugging Deku while crying. Then she finally looks up and sees Toph and says, who is this? Deku says, that's Toph, my girlfriend. As Inko says hello to Toph and she starts hugging her too. As the heroes just left. No, after talking to Inko for a little bit, they left. As Inko asks Deku questions about where he's been, what happened, how is his life, things like that. Is he hurt? Deku says no to most questions, yes. And then he explains most questions. So, Inko announces to Mitsuki, Masaru, and Bakugo that, Deku's back and stuff like that. So they come over to celebrate. Bakugo hasn't seen Deku in 10 years. So he wants to see what Deku is like. They come in, they see Deku. They already know Deku's blind and stuff like that. Deku then says, oh, who are these people? A boy with basically explosive hairstyle. Like, Toph can basically make out descriptions. Like, Deku can make out descriptions. How I'm going to say this is basically he fills your whole body up, basically, with the Simon sense. Fills your whole body. He can see, like, distinct features like hair, your nose size, all that. He sees all the outward appearance. But he cannot tell the color. Can't tell the color or something like that. He just like, if you touch my hair, you can know that it's low right now because I got a haircut. Then you move down, you feel my forehead, you feel my eyes, my nose, my mouth, my chin, my throat, my chest, my stomach, and so on and so forth. That way he can all see. So he says, who is this kid and these two adults? They wondering how Deku basically knows there. Inko explains that he said something like Simon sense or something like that, with bats use something like that. They could basically just make out their appearance. But he cannot see them, and so can his girlfriend. As Bakugo says, wait, what, girlfriend? As they go in, they see Deku. Bakugo does try to bully Deku, so like that, nerd and stuff like that. Deku ain't taking it. He just basically buries Bakugo. Well, not bury him. He basically just, since there's no earth like inside, he basically just walks up to Bakugo and basically just throws a punch at him. Then he stops it just short of his face, as a huge shockwave can be heard, like a little small one. Bakugo is scared because his hair was pushed back and stuff like that. And Deku says, I was holding back. I was not going to kill you. As Deku just walks off. Now, Deku and basically Toph goes into Deku's room as they lay on the bed and they just in awe. It's so comfortable. Like, they're used to laying on the ground because earthbenders. But this is way too comfortable. As they just fall asleep. Now, I will get into the entrance exam in the next part. Really hungry, I need to eat something. So, thanks for watching. Peace out. This has been the King. King who? Ginger King. That's who. So, everybody out there, hope you have a pleasant day. See you guys next one. Peace out.